Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in Genesis. A little sweaty, but I had to get my workout in before I did this, because just trying to stay motivated, stay sharp. Feeling like I'm getting sloppy, and where I'm at now in life, cannot afford to be sloppy any minute of any day. So we're getting after it. We're going to jump right into chapter 13 of Genesis, where we're going to be talking about Abram and Lot. And it says, Abram and Lot separate. So Abram left Egypt and traveled north into the Negev, along with his wife and Lot and all that they owned. Abram was very rich in livestock, silver, and gold. From the Negev, they continued traveling by stages toward Bethel, and they pitched their tents between Bethel and Ai, where they had camped before. This was the same place where Abram had built the altar, and there he worshipped the Lord again. Lot, who was traveling with Abram, had also become very wealthy with flocks of sheep and goats, herds of cattle, and many tents. But the land could not support both Abram and Lot, with all their flocks and herds living so close together. So disputes broke out between the herdsmen of Abram and Lot. At that time, Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land. Finally, Abram said to Lot, "Let's not allow this conflict to come between us as our herdsmen, between us or our herdsmen. After all, we are close relatives. The whole countryside is open to you. Take your choice of any section of the land you want, and we will separate. If you want the land to the left, then I'll take the land on the right. If you prefer the land on the right, then I'll go to the left." Lot took a long look at the fertile plains of the Jordan Valley in the direction of Zoar. The whole area was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord or the beautiful land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot chose for himself the whole Jordan Valley to the east of them. He went there with his flocks and servants and parted company with his uncle Abram. So Abram settled in the land of Canaan. And Lot moved his tents to a place near Sodom and settled among the cities of the plain. But the people of this area were extremely wicked and constantly sinned against the Lord. After Lot had gone, the Lord said to Abram, "Look as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants, as a permanent possession. And I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, you cannot be counted. They cannot be counted. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you." So Abram moved his camp to Hebron and settled near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. There he built another altar to the Lord. I actually really like that passage. It reminds me of just some of the close relationships I've had in my life that I so strongly desired to build something with them, whether it be a life together with our families and just really just trying to connect and love people, connect with and love people, that I just have such a desire to be with people that I love and have it just completely surround my whole entire life, that I've attached myself to people, and it just wasn't God's intention. You know, that strife over certain things, fallouts over other things. And it's so interesting because my desire to serve and love and simply be with people, God instilled that in me, and I know that. But what's super interesting is He created, natural or unnatural, endings to those relationships that continually had me revert back to seeking Him. And I don't know if in a desire to build things with other people and my family and just really building my house and not God's house, that maybe that's God's kind way, even though sometimes it didn't feel so kind. Say, hey, don't forget, you're not here specifically for them. You're there for me, and I'll facilitate those relationships if need be. If not, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that. It hasn't stopped me from having a strong desire to plant my flag next to others and simply just love and embrace everybody that walks across my path. It's my own little healthy addiction, if if there is such a thing, that I just simply, I love the relationships God sends my way. It's such a unique way to love and share my faith and share all these things that I can tell how much I've grown through every relationship, both current and failed, and those that have moved on and separated. And I just have such a love for everybody that's crossed my path, and I'm super excited to meet those that have yet to cross my path, simply because it's just another opportunity to share my faith. Working in the public education arena, it's unique because the separation of church and state, I don't actively, openly share my faith or try and how do I want to put this? I don't try to lord it over students or staff or anything like that. But I appreciate the opportunity just to simply love and to serve others. And I'm hoping that in my own way to glorify God, that it's seen that I'm a follower of Christ and that I just love everybody. I couldn't ask for a greater calling. I couldn't ask for a more fulfilling calling. And that's just where I'm at. And I like the reflection of the relationship with Abram and Lot. And then even though they were close family, that when they started to get frustrated with each other or saw that their growth naturally had them going separate ways, that they did that in an honorable way. And Abram did it in a way, said, hey, you take whatever you want. God's going to provide me with whatever's left, and I'm going to be thankful for it. And he went a step further and gave me even more. And I just love that. I love that. And God had blessed him so much that his cup was so overflowing. He's like, no, it's okay. You can take it all. God will get me a new cup. And it's just, it's such, I'm so used to operating in a capacity of lack that when I think about, oh man, it's all about being a bucket filler, or it's all about your cup overflowing, say, man, God will get me my own cup. I think that this is the only one that I have, but I can empty this one. I can even hand it out. And God will get me a new one to fill up just as fast. It's probably even going to be bigger than the one before. And it's just a fantastic example that this last passage was. But on that note, I'll stop being so long-winded. Have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for some more reading in Genesis, where it's Genesis chapter 14. And it says, Abram rescues Lot. Have a good night, guys.